Welcome back, my friends, to another edition of Searching in Fearless Tarot. Today's messages are going to be for Scorpio, Aries, and Leo, and what they need to know. The energy that's being activated currently astrologically is your 10th house. So this talks about responsibility, success, power, and status, how the public views you, how you're seen professionally. What does Aries, Scorpio, Leo need to know at this time for their highest good and the highest good of all involved? Okay, so in this reading, I get the Three of Swords, the Six of Pentacles reversed, and the High Priestess. So there is an acute understanding of how you give your energy to people and that it depletes you, and that maybe the energy that you're giving to the people around you isn't worthy of your time or effort. You're trying to unsuppress yourself with this, but with the Page of Pentacles, you could have been going down this codependent route for a long time. This could be something that's really difficult for you to untangle, or you don't even know how to untangle it. The thought of not giving to people or saying no might be scary. But the problem is that I feel like Spirit is almost depleting your energy entirely, like almost burning you out in order to show you how much it affects you. Because you showing up as the Page of Cups, this could also be, yeah, this is just the empath card when I see it reversed, because Page of Cups reversed is, this is somebody who gives and gives and gives until they can't give anymore, but they don't know how to fill up their own cup. So maybe they become emotionally volatile, and then they get really angry at themselves, and then they judge themselves. But you're going over this cycle. If this is an old cycle that you thought that you were through with and it's coming back around for different themes, or like with themes and different people, that's because this is a lesson for you. That's because this is retrograde season. And if you don't learn, it's going to keep, the Spirit's going to keep drilling the point home for you over and over again. What else, Spirit? What else, Spirit? Some of you, not all of you, could be thinking about past relationships that have happened, and maybe you have a new relationship entering your life and it makes you weary or nervous. But you're not stating that with the Four of Pentacles. Because the Four of Pentacles, these are the only pentacles in the world he has. Or these are the only pentacles in the world he feels he has. So this is like keeping the situation to yourself, not really stating much. With the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles reversed with the Five of Wands. This is you feeling stagnant and feeling like the odds are not in your favor. There could have been, your thoughts could be around somebody who blocked you out, and maybe you appear guarded towards this person, but in reality you're not. You don't feel guarded towards this person. You could be thinking about talking to this individual or wanting to talk to this individual, or your thoughts could be going back to this particular person over and over again. And I'm seeing the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, but the King of Swords is reversed. So it's like this other individual felt like your counterpart. This person felt like a big part of you or a big piece of you at one time. It just feels like there's no closure left. But with the Queen of Swords, it's like you're thinking about talking about it. You're thinking about approaching it. but you're not quite there. You're not quite there. There's still this indecision with the Hierophant reversed. Hierophant reversed talks about rebelling against the system. Ace of Pentacles talks about a lost opportunity. So maybe this was a relationship that you felt wasn't working, or maybe the other person was very traditional and you aren't, or vice versa. Maybe you're very traditional and the other person wasn't. But it's like you keep going over this scenario in your head over and over again, even though you know you can't come back. It's like a part of you knows that if you let this scenario go and you go on to the next relationship, which is meant for you, there will be a death of the old relationship. Even though you might have not gotten complete closure, even though you haven't really gotten the closure or apology or conversation that you seek. But there's hidden emotion around that, and there's a need to honor how you feel in this time. It's like you're moving forward. You're moving forward, but you're appearing confident when in reality you're not. And it's like almost like I feel like this is a confidence that has to do with strength and how you present yourself to others, not wanting to be vulnerable around other people, but not seeing how much toxicity that actually creates in your life. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who really is reliant on the opinions, thoughts of other people, and possibly you thought that your destiny was with these people and they backstabbed you, and you're meant to rest right now and recontemplate what family is to you, even as painful as it is. I keep seeing you presenting yourself as one way, but really you're another. There's a duality within this reading. There could be a message about that coming in, or you could want to bring a message to somebody about that. It just feels like there wasn't the closure, the proper closure that was needed in this relationship in order to move forward. I'm going to get the advice from Spirit. What does Spirit want to say about this shizzles? Spirit, what's the advice? Okay, so the advice is the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Cups reversed. The Hanged Man and the Queen of Pentacles. What this energy is talking about to me is the difficult work it takes to be the Hanged Man. Because the Hanged Man is hanging from the tree of life. The Hanged Man sees the future and knows what's going to happen, or what's most likely to happen. But he definitely had to sacrifice something in order to be able to sit there. They're saying stay grounded, stay practical in your decisions, keep moving forward day by day. See how the story evolves. Don't let yourself get caught in the past or caught in the future of whatever this relationship is going to evolve to. There's a need to surrender and understand that everything is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. It's meant to happen on the timeline. There's a need to find strength and courage within this difficult period of your life. There's a need to go after your heart. There's a need to creatively express yourself. And say I'm talking to a corporate person or a 9-to-5 person, and you're like, what kind of fucking creativity do I have? You know what you have. And you know that there needs to be movement forward in what you're doing so that you can get yourself out of this stagnation, out of feeling like you're never going to have this legacy, you're never going to have this abundance. The only way to move forward is through, is what I'm hearing in my head. This is a difficult period. This is a period of judgment and rest. And needing to understand why this tower happened. Because maybe this tower isn't recent. Maybe this has been unfolding for quite some time now. But either way, whoever I'm talking to, there's a need to look at your pride. And what your pride really means to you, and what the long-term effects of making decisions with your ego will be. How that will affect you. There's a real need to hone in on that and figure that out to make sure that you're not making any mistakes in the future. Because I feel like there's something in the story that you've been refusing to see because of ego. And there's a need to unfold that, unlock that, and understand where you're at right now in reality. There's also a need to make sure that you're centered on the inside so that the outside can follow. As within, so without. And you're in that process. It's not easy. And it feels like shit. And it's really messy when it happens. But I'm telling you, it will all come together in ways that your mind cannot perceive right now. And that's why there's really no need to overstress yourself out or overly get emotional or feel like it's always going to be this way or always going to be another way. The Wheel of Fortune was in this earlier, and the Wheel of Fortune talks about destiny, it talks about seasons, it talks about changes, it talks about how we have to morph in our own lives to become the people that we're meant to be. And you're on that path. And it may feel scary and emotionally overwhelming because you don't know where the hell you're going or where you're going to land. But right now you're learning one of the most important lessons of your life. The most important lesson of your life is to learn that you have your own back, no matter what. That this Queen of Pentacles, once the foundation is sturdy and steady, there is no rocking this boat. There's no rocking this boat that you are creating for yourself. There's no one you have to answer to. You are abundant in your own ways. There's no looking over at other people's things and wishing they had what. No, this is a leader. This is someone who innately understands that they are going to go far. They believe in themselves. They create that legacy on their own if they need to. Wheel of Fortune pops up again. Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Spirit is warning you that for some of you, this is a message if it resonates with you. For some of you, there's an imbalance going on. And with this Wheel of Fortune, it's going to be balanced soon. And the choice is yours on how balanced you want it to be. If you're the one responsible for the argument and you want, or the unbalanced energy, and you haven't had a conversation with this person, there's basically what Spirit is saying is the wheel is going to turn whether you want to say what you need to say or not. So understand that. Understand that once you release this energy of having to give, or being resentful, or what I'm getting from this Page of Cups is pouring out your energy into other people except for yourself because you don't want to focus on yourself. Once you release that and you start focusing on yourself unapologetically, the Nine of Cups reversed, wish fulfillment happens. And I'm not saying that the day you choose to let this go, shit's going to be popping off rainbows and butterflies. What I am saying is that the more that you distance yourself from this, the more that you distance yourself from the idea that you have to give to other people in order to be loved or be perceived or seen, letting go of that fallacy for yourself and letting yourself be free, letting yourself truly express what you want to express. Okay, let's see what's being activated. Spirit, what's being activated? So this is Scorpio, Aries, Leo. I'm going to do a card for each one. And this could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. It doesn't matter, guys. If it resonates with you, it resonates. And thank you for all the likes, shares, comments, subscribes, confirmations. I appreciate all of you. Aries, Scorpio, Leo. Aries, perseverance. I know what I can do, whatever I set my mind to. This has you written all over it, Aries, and it's in the positive position, so keep doing you. Keep going the way that you want to keep going. Keep going the way that your soul is telling you to go, not your mind. Doubt in reverse with Scorpio. I release the need to know all the answers. Holy shit, if that's not a Scorpio card, I don't know what is. In the reversed, what they're trying to say is that what you need to work on, possibly before being able to release the energy that I was talking about earlier in the video, there's a need to be mindful of the present moment around you and to surrender the need to know all the answers, which I know is incredibly difficult for you, Scorpio, because there's an obsession and there's a need to know what's in front of you because of all the trauma and bullshit you've been through your life. But I'm telling you, once you learn to surrender, life is going to be a lot less anxiety provoking. Life is going to be a lot less, sharp is the word I'm seeing, sharp. Okay, Leos, relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. I also feel, Leo, that you're coming into the innate understanding of who you want to perceive you and who you don't. And becoming okay with that. I also feel like you're working on issues of self-worth and how you are perceived by others and being okay with who you are and how you shine your light. Cool. Okay, let's do a guidance card for each of my peoples. Okay. Scorpio, Aries, Leo. Scorpio, Aries, Leo. Scorpio, Aries, Leo. What does Scorpio, Aries, Leo need to know? Scorpio, Aries, Leo. Okay, Scorpio, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Beautiful card. Okay. Okay. The world, Scorpio, the world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. Okay, Aries, cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body, at the center front of your life. It's through the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we can only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen, so surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pains, and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your hurt happened for you, not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you. Surrender to the alchemy of life. And Leo, we the Hawthors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Birth is a portal that ushers new life. The Hawthors are here to remind you that you are a child of the cosmic mother, and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the mother's embrace. The Hawthors know that the journey on earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, and of birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others too, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to hold and be held. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the cosmic mother is watching you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you can possibly imagine, and you have access to more love than your heart can bear. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself up to receiving the overflowing love of the cosmic mother, flooding you towards every direction. Let it stretch your heart. Okay, my loves, until next message. See you next time.